Alright. Good morning, everyone. Things should be working as usual. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but I did end up getting a fan. It is pointed directly into my PC, so hopefully it's not too loud. Hopefully we can manage my PC's heat a little bit better this summer. Get our audio check out of the way. Okay, so that all works. So, today we are going to... where to put Satisfactory? Today we are going to wrap up with Phase 5. Or is it Phase 4? Whichever one requires nuclear pasta, as 100 nuclear pasta as part of the requirements. We're going to get that done. And we're moving on to the final phase of project assembly. I have had a ton of trouble with the nuclear pasta. Obviously there was the issue of actually getting it up and running, which we saw too on our last Satisfactory stream. I switched over to this. Now I'm not sure streams are going to actually stay up because my computer's been having issues lately. It had another crash while I was just watching YouTube, which is weird. So I'm really hoping things don't break. The main live should be catching Satisfactory pretty soon. There we go. But yeah, the nuclear pasta issue. So we got the logistics for that done on last stream. Getting logistics done was not particularly fun. And I did do some work off stream. I did let the game run for a couple hours because I figured that, hey, you know, I'm going to go out run errands for like 3 or 4 hours. That should be plenty of time, even if it's not 100% efficient. Factory should be able to produce 100 nuclear pasta, no problem. And then I came back, and the nuclear pasta was nowhere near done. And then I found out that the refineries were apparently not getting water, which should not be a thing that ever happened. And there's a whole thing. I did so much troubleshooting trying to make sure the refineries got water, and it makes no sense why they wouldn't be getting water. But I did so much work trying to get the water running over there. I don't think we're even going to use this chunk of factory, the one that was meant to make additional nuclear control rods. I'm actually pretty sure that this section of factory is basically like done. Yep, I got all that. So I do have my nuclear pasta. I've got one stack of 50 there. There's another stack of 50 somewhere in my inventory. Yep. So we will zip around the elevator here. Right, finishing phase 4, moving on to phase 5.
Welcome to the Pioneers Got Power Problems presentation. That was a joke. Anyway, you're familiar with the process. Just throw the lever and the automated systems will take over. Imagine all the time and effort that would be wasted if you had to do all that work as well. Some work is just better suited for machines. Phase 5 contains technology the human brain cannot comprehend, so just trust in me and fix it policy and everything will go as planned. Answering all your questions will take time we simply do not have. Everything is going to be just fine, so long as you do your job. We've come this far together after all, haven't we? Anyway, you know what to do. Just don't forget to keep producing previous project parts, and plan ahead when setting up new production lines, and make sure not to leave it all until the last moment.
God damn it, Ada. Complicated. Don't even bother. God. And up she goes.
Phase 4 of project assembly completed. If style was measured in my performance reports, yours would be something special. Regardless, saving the day is within our grasp. Do not lose focus now. You must understand the weight on your shoulders, but you are not alone. I am here, and I know exactly what's at stake. This goes beyond Earth. Your actions will affect the universe at large. You might think I am exaggerating. Perhaps you will understand once you finish project assembly. Phase 5 awaits. I expect your best work.
What the hell are we even building? 1,000 nuclear pasta. It was an absolute ache to get 100. Okay. Matter conversion. That's not the worst. Time crystals, quantum enclosure. Okay, I really want the blueprint Mark III. Peak efficiency. We need trigons and we need time crystals, which are made this phase. And we don't have a storage thing for those yet. Any of those. That's supercomputers. I don't think it's over here. Nope. I'm taking a bunch of these because we're probably going to end up needing them. Turbo motors. Oh, there's 150 RCUs. Nope, that's rockets. Need the thermal vent thing, right? There? Ooh, these come in stacks of 100. That's convenient. Okay, so we're still going to need 100 RCUs. Okay. So, put jetpack back on. Whip out the gun. And actually, didn't we have a couple things that I never... Electromagnetic rods, high-speed connectors, fused mod frames. Okay, so we do have plenty of high-speed connectors. We're going to need all the things that we can get our hands on for I'll grab 2 stacks of that. That'll be fine. Apparently we have capped out on our other thing. So one of the reasons why we need computers now, or hard drives now, is because we are at the point where I need to get rocket fuel. Because rocket fuel is going to be incredibly useful once we get ionized fuel, which is another thing we need to research. And on top of that, there's a bunch of other things like the alternative recipes. I'm sure there's ways I could have built well, maybe not copper powder, but ways that I could have wired up nuclear pasta and everything that are less intense. And I think part of the reason why my computer's been struggling a little bit with Satisfactory is at least partially due to the amount of calculations that are going to have to take place. Because, I mean, think about it. The bigger your factory, the more calculations you have to do. There's a thing right there. Did the plants kill the spitters? Why, how convenient. I know there was a fourth one, I just don't know where. Oh, it must have died in the water. Okay. So I can delete that marker. And then there's a couple over here that we never ended up getting. You see, like, the oil and everything works fine, but for whatever reason I've had so much trouble just getting water into the refineries for all the coal we have. I'm waiting for like a beast to spawn in to guard it. Apparently it's just nuclear stuff. Oh, we need our connectors in the inventory. Select the thing. Hey, sulfur. Look at all that uranium. Got this one. There's some Sam. It had to have been that one, right? That's right in the middle of nowhere. Superposition, turbo. We have 34 turbo motors. I want to highlight that just so I have a decent bearing on where we're going. And I haven't really well, I know what the whole map looks like because I played the game before this version, before 1.0 ever came out. So I know what the map looks like, but in this playthrough I haven't really gone to the southern reaches of the map. Uranium node. Turbo fuel's great, but you can't stay in the air forever. What goes up must come down. See me. Oh, there's going to be some nasties over here and there. Dang it. Somber sloop. I won. on, summer sloop. Nope. Fuck off. It landed down there. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. Ah! Did I get the thing that was over here? Yeah, I have to have, or we'd be getting a signal for the hard drives. Power. Power. Oh, you're a bad boy. All the AI. Holy. Oh, this is the one for 90 megawatts. So we're not even at the right one. God dang it. Ow. Still got a ways to go. This is my... I will take that. Electromagnetic rods. Spiders. Actually, yes, I need to quickly delete a bot because they keep popping up in stream. And before I get back into things, so if we go west, there should be a series of 5-ish. One should be right around there. I know there's going to be spiders in the forest, so I'm kind of trying to bounce around it. I think there's another one directly south of this one. Yep. Nope. shall not lament the death of a spider. Son of a bitch. I cannot see where it is. Oh, I saw it that time. Yoink. Drop that. Next location. There should be two directly to the west. At least one of them is going to require power. Oh, you're a bunch of big boys. It's higher up, isn't it? got us a 5th one. Not really sure I need to pick up quick wire, but I'll grab it. Bitter guts. Not quite sure where his guts landed. Explosive rebar. Needs 256. Then I got one up there that's marked as 15 EM control rods. I hate those things. Stop highlighting that, and I can remove it. And then that's there. There's one more out to the west, and then we gotta start like doubling south. Which we haven't really explored too much of. And I might have gotten the other one already. Because I don't see it as a waypoint, and we did get up, well, I'm pretty sure we got up to the top over here. Yeah, I'm not getting a reading from this, so we got that one. Summer sloop in the rough. So we are there. There should be one. Let's go down to the water first, because there should be one right down here. I think I see it in the distance. Yeah, and down here it's a bunch of oil nodes. It is reassuring sometimes to know that you haven't collected all of the oil. Because, we were using up quite a lot of it. Fuck off. Bring it. No, you don't want none? Come on, bring it. We are going to have so many. Going to be able to start our own museum of these things. That. And then I'm fairly certain there's another one down here. Yep, there it is. Come the hell on. making more ammo at this rate. This is our 8th hard drive. Then I remember seeing somewhere that there was like hidden stuff in some of these caves. I don't know where it would have been. And we are low on health. Whew. Look at that ugly guy. Well, good news is I think he's dead. I want to see if I can find that location. Satisfactory. Oh, hold on. I might. Coordinates minus 1600 and 666. Okay, so minus 1600. So it's directly east of us. Let me just get back to my screen capture. It's supposed to be directly east of us. I hear spiders skittering. Pretty blast resistant. Never mind, they were almost dead. Mercer sphere.
Consume.
Cave. We are looking for a cave. Lizard doggo nest. The B374 helmet. And there's a free Xenozapper here. Uh-oh, Spideys. I'm gonna get back up this way. Okay. Another one bites the dust. And this is our 10th hard drive. So we're a little bit more inland than I think I would have wanted to be. Above the heart-shaped rock mound. Yep, I know where we are. So there should be another one just about south of us. And then we can hop east. Mine. We yoink and we away. What does this need? Copper sheet. That is our 12th one. what I say? East to this one, and then north. I think that's it right there. Motherfucker! Good news, she missed. I hate spiders. I hate spiders. Is the toxic cloud of menacing green gas going to dissipate anytime soon? Yoink. Be a good training dummy and die over there. $300 megawatts. Whew. What was that one? 256? That was supposed to be 256? Okay, so I am... So there should be another one along the ridges here. Nope, it's not along the ridges, it's down below. $150 megawatts. Where's the other thing I need to get to? It's back up top. There'll be one by the bend in the river. I think we already got that one. But I'll check it anyway. So that's like east-northeast. Of course, we gotta get to the top of this first. to see what was... Oh, we were getting clouded through the thing. I can't do a super jump here. Whoa! We got the autosave boost! And we went flying right by it. Or where it would have been. Yeah, we got this one earlier. So now there should be one down to the southeast-ish. I want to get a flat enough piece of ground where I can do the jump. Oh, hell no. Oh, fuck you.
Scripture.
I hate spiders. I hate spiders so much. You see those things a certain number of times and then you just start wondering where the trap is. Okay, so we are there. There should be one a little bit to the east-northeast between a couple lakes, and then... Yeah, so we haven't been up here yet. And then the other one should be right here. And I'm kind of cheating by using a map to find them, but I mean, there's a lot of these things hidden around the world. And we haven't really done a whole lot of meaningful exploring. I don't know, I hear spiders. And that's not one but two radioactive fluff tails. Oh, and there's another big boy. Oh, that's fun. You'd better not be third-partying this. Okay, that's one guy down. Yoink. Yoink, 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 yoink. And then we should be able to head straight east. Ah, it's right over there. Through the trees. Puta. Nope. Fuck you. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. I didn't see any other spiders hanging around it. How convenient that it has exactly what I need right next to the thing. Alright, so that's 15 computers. Are there any... No, it does not look like there are any between here and our base. So we should have the the preliminary things to get matter conversion, which is going to be a major upgrade. And then of course we need to start working on getting the trigons, getting the crystals. I didn't get that? Oh, that's 420 powder. Power. Never mind. If it requires power, forget it. We will grab that at a later time. Ada has not interacted with the sentient computer thing in quite a while. It's almost becoming unnerving. Like, I'm glad she hasn't, but at the same time, you kind of get used to it after a while, and when it stops being a pattern, you start wondering what the nasty little computer is cooking up. Ow. We are zooming. I'm gonna need more bullets. And I want to check out that new helmet we got. And I read the description of one of the books that I've got on my table, and it's like, now I want to read it. The curse of I must know what happens next. Which one would have... these? Nope, that's turbos. ACUs would be in a manufacturer. These. And then cooling systems, we got a couple of them. Drives, begin scan. Yoink.
Milestone reached. The converter uses strange alien matter, abbreviated to SAM, to break down and transform materials at their most fundamental levels. I am sure even you can appreciate the power to manipulate atomic bonds. Most importantly, you are now able to locally create fixite, a highly adaptable synthetic metal, ideal for any kind of construction. It is everything we need to save the day, and perhaps its admirable qualities can inspire you.
Okay, so we got that. So now... now we can make time crystals. We can make fixite. I really want conveyor level 6 stuff. Because if we can get conveyor level 6, that is going to eliminate our need for so many belts. And I have 10,000 iron, bro. Okay. those in there for now. That, those, that, and then. I'll see what I can sort through in there. Okay, so where do I make fixite? I don't think it's made in there. Okay, you got SAM fluctuators. So wherever it is, it's not in here. An assembler. High parts. Really high parts. No. It's definitely not going to be in the constructor, but I'm going to check. Okay, so fixite trigons. Okay, so we almost definitely do need the SAM stuff in order to make the parts for trigons. So I want to make, or rather do I have, I do not have SAM fluctuators. Produced in converter. Means that I need 100 reanimated SAM. Oh, I need 600 reanimated SAM. Oh, crap. So 500 SAM barely gets us, well, it does get us over 100, but it doesn't get us much over 100. Those three. In theory, I think that's enough for us to get a converter operational. We need to make a lot. $600 reanimated sand. Yeah, we're going to be here for a little while. But hey, we also need to wait for the pod to return. We need to wait for the computer hard drive scan. There's quite a bit we need to wait for. And what air is coming out of my PC is still relatively... Well, it's being blown by a separate fan, but it's still relatively cool, so we should be good. We're at 400 of 600. We're almost there. $500 of 600. And our MAM tech is done. Let's check that real quick. Well, that's options. Okay, so we just got the... Well, I don't think we even have the ability to make the orb thing yet, but we're almost there. We probably could get the upload speed if we really wanted to. What else is there? We are at the point now where we could get synthetic power shards. But first we need the 100 time crystals. If I make 10 bottles, we can get rocket fuel. How do I make 10 bottles?
Rocket fuel unlocked. Pioneers will be able to use rocket fuel in the fuel generator and any vehicle that uses fuel, including the jetpack, with appropriate results. Warning: mixing rocket fuel into coffee does not enhance its energizing effect.
Okay, so we are in a position now where, well, I've been able to make turbo rifle ammo for a while, but because we now have nuclear stuff, I could go and rob 10 depleted cells or whatever those are and make nuclear nobelisks. But not going to do that just yet. We need to find... Oh, nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to do SAM fluctuators. We're making a converter. I need to start wiring SAM into the base so that we can do this process automatically. Or at least get the process started automatically, because, like I said, we're getting into the stage now where I'm going to need to basically rebuild everything from the ground up. So, convert. We can make... So the best thing would be to make fixite through recycling aluminium. Time crystals. Diamonds. Is that in the refiner? I don't think it would be in a blender. Diamonds. God damn it. Well, it's a good thing I made it's a good thing I made a bunch of stuff. A bunch of nuclear power. Because we are going to need that. Yes, sirree. So, step one, we need constructors. Because these are going to turn Sam into reanimated Sam. Is that the next step? Yes. And then I'm going to mooch off the rest of my factory. That's going to make Sam fluctuators. Is there anything I need from here? No. These. Is there anything I need aside from the fix-it trigons? No. So that means, I think, that our next building is going to be the converter. Oh, are you actually producing like at a rate now? See, I've got pumps everywhere. don't comprehend what the fuck is going on over there. I'm not sure I want to. One, two, three, four, five. 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4,000. That should be 5,000. Yoink. Ah, we never went and looked at the helmet. That's right. And the B347 is the new one. Man, it is dinged up. Wah. Gold fix-it helmet. Yoink. There's a part of me that wants to take everything here and just remake it. But then also, we could just build a factory elsewhere. How many is that? 6,000. $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Take one extra because why the hell not? I hope we get the recipe for alternate diamonds, because that would be extremely useful. Produced in blender. Nitro rocket fuel. Okay, so we would need turbo fuel plus that. I think this is... Ooh. Oh, that's in the particle accelerator. Cloudy diamonds. Cloudy diamonds. They're both in the particle accelerator. That's... I'm going to take nitro and hope that we get cloudy diamonds in another recipe. Yoink. Okay, so what are we doing here? That's making reanimated Sam. This is going to make fluctuators. This is going to take reanimated Sam and aluminum and start making fixite. And then that is going to make trigons. Hang on. I'm going to look up really quick. Satisfactory tier 6 belt. I want to see what material it's made out of. 1 trigon and 1 time crystal per thing. Holy. It takes 10 fixite. Okay, that makes 30 fixite ingots. So that means that I can get 90 fixite trigons. And then make another 100. I want to make a second matter converter. So we're going to end up like bare bonesing this a little bit at first, as we do with all things. And I can go a little bit longer today in stream because I do have today off, which is amazing. But yeah, we're going to have to figure some shit out here. if I'm going out there, and I am, I'm gonna grab all those. Because I don't think our SAM node can produce that much material. And I'm definitely want to see how much we can crank it up to. Yeah, see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a tier 3 belt, so that's not even that impressive. Impure node. An impure node with a level 2, I think that is. Yeah, item mark 2. So now you're going to be a item mark 3. Yoink. 300 per minute. I don't know if 300 a minute's going to be enough to get us where we need to be, but it's going to be a start. Which one will need to make a note for myself real quick. Hang on a moment. Oh, wrong order. No. 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 Fuck are you? Okay, I've got that name. Do 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 do. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Why only 1, 2, 3? I am going to. I'm going to do terrible, terrible things. Terrible things. Shuffle. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shit. When you realize the thing that you want is not on sale. Ah, well. Can't have what we want when we want it. Yep, 2 hours. Thank you very much. Not sure this is going to work the way I want it to. 300 SAM per minute. Seems like such a small number. But that 300 SAM is going to be the basis for everything we do from here on out. I mean, in theory, I could go to the top of the mountain because there is another SAM node up there, and we could crank that, but I also don't want to make a massive production out of this because we're going to be siphoning from other supplies as is. Shouldn't be too hard to crank up something and get all the stuff moving. Turbo diamonds. Ooh, wait, oil-based diamonds. Hello. Okay, so this is still requiring the particle accelerator. For 50% more. I gotta fight with turbo fuel. That's a pretty easy thing, though. And that. I might want a lot of these recipes. We're going to need. No, we don't. We don't need turbo fuel. Let me think here. I got the recipe for rocket fuel that bypasses the turbo fuel step. So in theory, we don't need to make turbo fuel. Cloudy diamonds. That was... less coal. End up getting turbo fuel. Heat fuse free. So the minimum amount of coal we'd be able to get. $60, $90, $180, $360. A tier 3 miner on a pure coal node, I think, generates 360. Default is 240, so yeah, 360. So a single one of the let's go off basic. 240 versus 120. So if I get 240 coal out of one thing, I could make 8. Now, coal is going to have to be repurposed into turbo fuel at some point, unless I make compacted coal or something at some point, or I use another oil product to make the oil byproduct that can replace coal. I forget what the name is. It's escaping me at the moment. Not important. But I would need a coal item or coal substitute to package into turbo fuel. I'd be able to make 8 of these, 8 times 60, 480 diamonds a minute. Meanwhile, that's just straight, I can make 12 out of one thing. 12 times 40 is also 480, and I don't need to route anything else around it, into it, through it. I might end up getting a lot of the diamond alternatives because oil, you've got a limited number of oil nodes. Coal. What can I... Hang on. You turn stuff into coal. What do you turn into coal? At what sort of rate? You can turn... Eee, yuck. Limestone to coal, that's... Okay, that's a bit more reasonable. But then you're only making 180 and you need the SAM. I think I'm just going to throw another hard drive in here and run that. I need to... Hang on. Easy solution. Easy solution. Satisfactory, wiki, the diamonds. Normal recipe, 20 coal, produces, or rather, it's 20 per cycle. 20 coal produces 1 diamond. It's 600 coal per minute equals 30 diamonds. Cloudy, which is almost half as much coal and what I was looking for. It also eats a bunch of limestone. But you're making 20 diamonds a minute. Petroleum coke, that was the other thing. There's an alternate where you can use pet coke. Oh, that would be... Wait a minute, no, that's 720. How much pet coke can you make out of... How much pet coke can you make? 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. You need to compete with 10. $120 per 40. If you do that, you get 40 from 30. Standard production rate is 120. Which means that that's nowhere near as effective. Residual rubber, pet coke, polymer resin, that's not going to be good. Rubber, that's not going to be good. Residual plastic, straight plastic, that's even worse. So pet coke diamonds is a terrible idea because you can just get the recipe for crude oil into diamonds and that's way better. Now, turbo. We've got turbo heavy fuel. Isn't there also a thing in the packager? Packaged turbo, unpackaged. Is it the blender? Nitric, rocket. Turbo blend fuel. Fuel, heavy oil. So if you make straight fuel, no. If I do residual fuel, no. Diluted packaged fuel. Yes. Because if I do this, 120 oil, 40 for 30 would turn into 160 heavy oil. Even if it's 150, that's 5. That's 300 packaged fuel. 300 packaged fuel. And then you just make even more heavy. Oh, that's a super heavy oil thing though. But you're making so much turbo fuel. And if you're making that much turbo fuel, you can make a lot of rocket fuel. If you make a lot of rocket fuel, you can make a lot of fuel generators. The fuel generators aren't the best, but they're even if you're not doing that. Sulfur would be the only thing you add because everything else is just oil recipe and a little bit of water packaging. And then that becomes a self-sustaining network because you can just cycle the packaged water. All you need is enough packaging cases, which is easy to get. Put that on a big enough treadmill. You don't need to wire the water too far, so I don't have to worry about the mechanics with the water, which I've been having the problem with. And it's just on a conveyor. When you unpackage it, it's a self-fulfilling cycle. I think we're gonna get turbo diamonds. I think the other thing is using quartz. Quartz crystal in a converter. You're using 1/5 of the coal, which is good, but you're adding quartz. Although quartz isn't used for a ton of stuff right now. A lot of the stuff that I am using for quartz, I can probably I was just saying packaged turbo fuel. Packaged turbo fuel is not going to really... Or the turbo diamonds, sorry. Because the turbo diamonds... Well, no, that's... No, I think oil-based might be the best diamond recipe. I think oil-based might be the best diamonds. Because everything else requires... Everything else requires a bunch of stuff. So that'll use 120 coal. fifth the coal with a bunch of stuff. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like a particle accelerator uses 500 average power. And a converter uses 1 to 4. Particle accelerator will use 250 to 1500. With a converter, you would need... No, because that is the recipe. You put in coal and thing, and you get diamonds. Limestone. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what the fuck I'm even... I need time crystals. I'm trying to remember like everything I can about all the different recipes and how easy or not easy they are. Okay, so for turbo diamonds, you're using 50% more coal, and you have to go through the process of making turbo fuel one way or another in order to get diamonds. So turbo diamonds, not a good idea. Oil-based diamonds, however. So if you're making a miner for coal, you're going to get a tier 3 miner without overclocking it. Will do 240 if it's on a normal node. Overclocked will do 600. Which means at that rate that you're getting 30 diamonds per minute per normal node, fully overclocked. Oil, you're getting 120 per minute, fully overclocked. 300. So 300 in. If that's running 40, or not 40 cycles. If that's outputting 40, that means it's doing 20 cycles. That's 200. You're putting 300 in. So you're getting 60 out. So this is great. So I'm going to select this because I know this is a good one. So cloudy diamonds. In a particle accelerator, just like everything else, you're doing 20 cycles a minute. So again, you're back to eating coal. You're eating 240 coal, which isn't great, but it's not the end of the world. You also need limestone, though. We end up using limestone a lot to chew through excess, like excess water mainly. So using limestone for something else wouldn't be the end of the world. Meanwhile, you've got this, which is in a converter, runs 15 cycles a minute, but it eats quartz crystal, which we're currently only making in a constructor. That makes 22 a minute. 15. So we would need to improve our quartz. Improve our quartz output. Making it a refinery sucks because I've demonstrated that those have trouble when you start wiring a lot of them together. So we would have to individually wire a bunch of separate sects for pure quartz crystal. I think we got the best recipe. I think the oil diamonds are the best one. $15, that would make 120, so you'd still need 240. Both of these take 240 coal per minute. It just comes down to so that's at current rate going to take like 5 quartz. Well, no, that runs 7 cycles per minute, that runs 15 cycles per minute, so it would be the equivalent of 10 quartz at 15 cycles a minute. That's 150 per thing. That wouldn't be the... No, because then you'd need 300 quartz just to keep up with the basic thing. And if that's doing 20 cycles per minute, producing 2 every time, that's 200 oil. $200 oil produces 40. I don't fucking know, man. I'm blowing out my brains. Throw another hard drive in there. We still haven't done the. I've been fucking around doing math in my head. My head hurts. Does your head hurt? My head hurts. I think if memory serves, we might still have some oil that we can draw from. So having oil diamonds still wouldn't be the worst idea. $500. We still need a bit more in order to get to as many as we need for the same fluctuators. Oh, a little bit past. That's fine. Fluctuators. Then we start making these. Only about 50 more. $30 more. That from there. So we are going to output 60 fixite ingots per minute. And these eat 10. So I need 6 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That, easy. Now you input 60 reanimated SAM, which completely skips this step. But I am going to want manufacturer to make SAM fluctuators. That way we have 20 per minute. This makes 30. So we need 4 of them just to produce enough for that. 2, 4. And then we're going to need another 4 to make enough for the other thing. So that means we've got 8 here, which means that we would be eating 960, which is way more than our current belt of 300 provides, which means we still need 660 more SAM. So that's going to make diamonds. Is this the one that makes time crystals? It is, isn't it? $12 diamonds equals 6 time crystals. Diamonds, 6 time crystals. Okay. I need more quick wire and additional cooling systems. Please tell me I've got some more efficient recipe for the trigons. Do I have anything over here that eats quick wire? Something that eats quick wire would be great. The fuel rods? No, they use AI limiters. Dang it, nothing over here uses quick wire. Good enough. So that's going to be 600 crude oil a minute to make 120 diamonds a minute. How many of these? I'm making 120 diamonds per minute. 10. That's so many SAM fluctuators. And then we're making so many more trigons. In theory. But the trigons are going to be a major thing. So reduced in foundry. So that's coal. No, that's compacted coal. And that's only making 10 per minute. The doubles. Okay, that's 50% over, but that's... Coke steel ingots are a lot quicker, but they're not as pure. These, I've already got a recipe that goes even quicker. The turbo pressure motor, but that's kinda... And then I would need 9 ACUs and reactor control rods if I want that. Because I would just need the pressure conversion cubes, which aren't great, but it's not like the worst thing. Okay. I'm gonna call it here because I need to do a lot of crafting to get the recipe done, and I need to head out. What do we got? Babylon. 70! And we've correct 350 hours. So I need to play around with things a little bit in the Satisfactory modeler, see how that pans out. I think it's going to end up being the way I interpreted it. I think it's going to end up being that the oil things are better. I don't think the turbo diamonds are going to be great. And I don't know, the pink diamonds... Pink diamonds, if we use the converter, maybe, but then that's a big step. That eats a lot of power. I don't know, I need to play around with that after I get some sleep, after I put my head on straight. Ow, my finger, god. Stupid hangnail piece of... That's fun. Yeah, I need to figure out the logistics here and do some calculating. We are very close to the end stage of the game. Hopefully next time I pop stream up, we can wire together some things and get prepared for the highest tier of logistics. If we get that done, like I'm not going to rewire all my belts. That's just straight up not fucking. The only way I'm rewiring all my belts is if I tear my factory down from the bottom up, and start remaking everything in the desert. And if I'm going to remake everything in the desert, I'm going to do it substantially differently, because there are things and stuff and things that have gone so horribly wrong. But I need to figure what the hell I'm doing, because brain no worky right now, and we are entering into the end game. Thursday. Plan for Thursday. Next stream. 8 a.m. give or take. I don't know what we're going to do on Thursday. It might just be a chill day. We might do some World of Tanks. I don't know really what else we're going to end up doing unless like Subnautica 2 releases a big sweeping optimization upgrade in the near future, but for now it's probably going to be World of Tanks. It might end up being Witcher. I mean, I've got the fan blowing on my PC. It's been fine today. I need to go back and check how loud that actually is on playback. But yeah, I need to go lay down. Take care, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.